I love you. You complete me, and
Shut up. Just shut up. You had me at hello. You had me at hello.
That's right. We watched Jerry Maguire this week on the Movie Gap, the podcast that has you scream.
How have you not seen that? 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 Little darling, how have you not seen this?
Welcome to this week's episode of the Movie Gap. I am your host, Chase Austin, and as always, the precocious, babbling little 5 or 6 year old to my left. I gotta get used to.
You need to learn your direction.
It is my right. No, this is my right. Do I wear my wedding ring on this?
Wear wedding ring on your wedding ring on your left.
This is the left hand.
Yeah.
That's what an L. Yeah,
but you're not wearing it right now. Cheater.
No,
he's a fucking cheater, dude.
Anyway, to my left is Bryce Perkins.
Hi.
No, I'm living. I mean, I'm at the house, so I don't wear it at the house.
Yeah, that's what they all fucking say, dude. That's
my
what every
my
husband has ever fucking said.
My wife knows I don't hijack the. What was it?
Hijack the pootie.
Hijack the
No. It was I wrote it down.
Yeah.
Shoplift the pootie.
Shoplift the poon. Pootie. Yeah.
Get it right, Chase.
Get it right.
Did you even watch this fucking movie, dude?
I did. All right. Well, yeah. So before we get into this, this classic, this fucking pop culture touchstone of the mid '90s,
Cameron Crowe.
Oh, do I have some notes for Cameron fucking Crowe?
Oh boy.
Yeah. Before we get into it,
he's coming in hot, folks.
Yeah. I'm always hot. Anyway, before we get into it, Bryce, how you been, man? How you handling the pandemic and what's been going on with your spiritual journey? I guess is that what we're calling it?
Yeah, it's
that's what this saga is.
It's a journey. It's a trek. It's a spiritual awakening. That I was meant to follow and to chase and pursue.
Mm-hmm. So speaking of awakening, original handler, did he ever awaken?
No.
Oh, okay. I think we actually clarified that last time.
He's still asleep.
Okay, yeah.
He's still asleep.
Okay.
So he's just, I don't know.
So for our new viewers and listeners, just catch us up a little bit, elevator pitch recap here.
I had a deal with Mr. Coffee for sponsorship.
Mm-hmm.
Injected coffee into his bloodstream directly to help him as an experiment to protect against the pandemic.
Yeah.
He allegedly died. Was being chased by the FBI, was saved by the Jehovah's Witness, brought in by a very nice man named Jehovah. He looked very tired.
Mm-hmm. And he brought you into the Jehovah's Witness protection program.
The Jehovah's Witness protection program. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And has taught me a lot. After one raucous sermon, he looked very tired. I injected him with coffee as well, left over from the original sponsorship that I got for free.
Mm-hmm.
And he is still sleeping it off, I think. The first time is tough for everyone. Is the trial? What we found in my testing.
And then they're chasing it like
and then once they get up, they're back in.
They're
the back. They need it. But so he's still sleeping it off, I think.
Okay.
And so
you are now in charge of.
I took over. There was a vacuum of power. Yeah. I stepped in, and now
so you're like the David Miscavige to his L. Ron Hubbard?
I don't like to be compared to such heretical cults.
Oh, okay.
What we do is the real religion, but for comparison's sake, for analogy's sake, yes.
Yeah, I was just giving an analogy that would fit in with today's theme. Tom Cruise and.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
very good, very good. We are actually. That's our next step is recruiting him.
into the Jehovah's
We are
Witness
looking
protection
into
program.
getting in touch with him.
Yeah.
Have been unsuccessful
this
so
is all,
far.
This is all from your.
It's my first directive
Yeah,
as leader
okay.
of the Jehovah's Witness protection
it.
program. So
I mean, I think that's a good plan. It's worked out for.
it worked out for them,
Yeah.
dude. Why? I'm like, dude, we were letting these fucking Scientology guys steal all this cheddar using Tom Cruise's pretty face. Why don't we do that shit?
Yeah.
Show me the money!
Exactly. So yeah, all attempts to get a hold of him have been unsuccessful so far, but we will not give in. And Tom, if you're out there, I have this new method of really revitalizing your bloodstream, revitalizing your cells, revitalizing you as a whole. It's a new method I've been trying out. It's been, I would say, successful so far. Please, if you are interested in my coffee injection treatment program, get a hold of me. Please.
Just for clarification, have you ever done it?
I thought of it. So in a sense,
Okay, so
I
you
have
never- yeah.
like if in a past life kind of
Mhm,
thing, which we
mhm.
don't believe in.
No, but Scientology.
But for an analogy's
does.
sake,
Yeah.
for Scientology
Yeah,
does.
so
So,
it just
Tom, it
checks
would
out.
make sense to
Yeah.
you. I probably have
What do-
many
what
times
do-
in many past lives.
What do you, as a Jehovah's Witness, what do you believe in?
we believe in? Well, as I told you last week, the Son is the actual chair of God, and you
Yeah,
go
like his
there.
throne. Okay.
His throne and where his power is, and that out right past the Earth's atmosphere is that's heaven. The stars are false devil science. That's not real.
But isn't the
It's
sun a star?
projection. The sun is actually God's chair. It gets its power from God sitting there. It's the only thing that's
so
real.
So God doesn't get power from the sun. The sun
No,
gets power from God's
exactly.
butt.
Exactly.
Okay.
More or less.
Yeah. Okay. This is all fascinating.
We call it his power bottom.
His power bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. God's power bottom
Mm-hmm.
is what gives the
Propels
sun.
the sun.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow. I mean,
And so you go when you die, you go right through the Earth's atmosphere, and then it's heaven.
yeah.
Or if you are a non-believer, heretic, you go. You live an eternity in hell, of course.
And where's hell?
It's actually like how they do 6 feet underground when
Yeah.
they bury people.
Yeah.
It's 1 foot below that.
So
that's
7
why,
feet underground.
So you can't. That's why they do 6 feet.
Why do you keep covering your mouth before
I
you
have
talk?
an itch. I have an
Oh,
itch.
okay.
That's why they do 6 feet.
Yeah.
Because if you go one further, hell.
Hell. Okay.
Yeah. So
All right. Well.
Yep.
Facts. I gotta say, I am fascinated by this.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you give a coffee shot to Bill Nye the Science Guy too, or was that something else?
No, he fucked me.
Okay, he just fucked you. Okay. All right. Well,
And now, but thanks to him, I am here.
Yeah.
And I'm more enlightened than I've ever been in my entire life.
there you go. Okay.
So
Well,
I owe him a big thank you.
I look
Okay.
forward to hearing more about this.
Yes.
But we gotta move on.
Okay.
So you had a big week. It's great.
Thank you.
I guess you don't care what was going on in my week.
So Jerry Maguire, man,
Yeah.
this movie.
So
dude.
before we get into
Okay.
it, let's just see here. Bryce, you had never seen this film before.
That is correct.
Okay. That seems to be a trend. Oh, that's right. In case you're
That's
just
right.
joining us, that is the whole purpose of this podcast. We watch a movie that Bryce has never seen, usually a giant movie like this, and then we see what he thinks about it. So you'd never seen Jerry Maguire. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you knew about it
Uh-huh.
and maybe why it never occurred to you to watch it? Why it never made your list?
Okay. I knew Tom Cruise. I knew Cuba Gooding Jr. I knew.
So far, so good.
I didn't know it was Cameron Crowe. That was a surprise.
Okay.
Because he's the okay now. I'm clear on this now. He's not James Cameron, right? And it's not Wes Craven.
Yeah.
And it's not John Carpenter.
Yeah.
It's Cameron Crowe. So those are the four. That's the big
Well,
four.
Cameron Crowe was never the one that you threw in. This one would have, if we had done this movie a year ago.
I always always think James Cameron Crowe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just one of those.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things that my brain
You
does.
have a very portmanteau brain.
Right. And yeah. So it's just one of those things that your brain does, right?
Yeah.
Cameron Crowe, James Cameron.
Was it John William Scott?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. That's actually, I was making a joke, but my brain just goes there, right? So I always get them confused.
You think of Thor's girlfriend, and you also think of accidents on the freeway.
Man, why don't I not get that? Why?
Natalie Portman tow truck.
Oh.
Oh, wait, I had to add Portman tow
truck. Yeah.
Portmanteau is what that is a portmanteau.
Yeah. That's good. I like that. That's
I forgot to add that part in. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Cameron Crowe. So what else?
Cameron Crowe.
Yeah.
Which isn't he the same guy that did Almost Famous?
Yes.
Okay, and he was the Rolling Stone guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's done a lot of movies. They are all
a little bit different, huh?
I
From
guess
each other?
This one is probably.
He's not really a theme guy.
Yeah.
Right?
This is probably one of his biggest ones. This one and Almost Famous. I think Almost Famous was like his. It was not his first. Because he did. He's done a million things. He did Say Anything. He did. I think he might have. I know he did Vanilla Sky.
He did.
I know he did
also
Singles. He did. Let me pull him up here because he did. We Bought a Zoo. I'm just coming off. The one. What was the old? It's like his first big thing was the. Is that Spicoli?
Oh, really?
Fast Times. Fast Times.
He did Fast Times.
Yeah. He wrote. I think he wrote it.
Close Talker.
Let me look it up. He wrote. Yeah, he wrote the book and the screenplay. Okay.
Wow.
But then, yeah,
it was a book.
Yeah, he wrote the book that it was based on, and then he wrote the screenplay.
Well, that makes sense. He is a writer.
Yeah, and then he also wrote Say Anything, as well as directed it.
Yeah, so I don't know that. I know the band.
No, it's not the band.
I don't know the movie. Yeah.
Isn't that this one? Isn't that Say Anything?
Band?
No, it's.
Is it?
Yeah.
With the boombox. Is that?
Yeah.
That movie? I always thought that was a John Hughes movie.
No. It's in the vein of that. And what's his name?
I'm getting that mixed up with the from Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club. Yeah. So have you seen any of those?
The John Hughes movies?
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah! I've watched all those.
You haven't seen Say Anything?
No.
Okay. There's actually some fun ones on here. I know that my wife. So we were watching.
Do you like Almost Famous?
I love Almost Famous.
Yeah, I like it too.
I pretty much hate all of his other shit.
Including this one. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
I have not seen We Bought a Zoo, but now that I know it's him, I have to see it. I've
never even heard of this movie yet.
It's Scarlett Johansson and
what was that?
That's how she talks.
That's not how she talks, dude.
Bryce,
that's funny as shit.
We bought a zoo.
Come on, Chaz.
That's funny, dude.
It's her and Matt Damon, and they buy a zoo. And then it just sounds so dumb but my wife's like, you have to see it. It's pretty awful.
It's a new movie?
No, it's like 2011. Although that is the last thing he did.
No,
he did Aloha. He did that Hawaiian movie Aloha where Emma Stone played like a half Asian and got in a lot of her character was supposed to be half Asian and it's like Emma Stone.
Canceled. Yeah. I need a canceled soundbite.
Yeah. Anyway, that's Cameron Crowe in a nutshell. Vanilla Sky, so he didn't work with Tom Cruise again.
Right, which is another one we need to do.
Yeah.
That I haven't seen.
Yeah. So
which Paul McCartney? That makes so much sense though, because there's Paul McCartney from Paul's first solo record. That was a big surprise. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's another note.
Well,
that was a big surprise. I didn't know that. Okay, well, what else did I know? I knew, and I knew the famous lines, and actually just realized how many fucking classic lines are in this movie when we were just trying to come up with what we're going to start with and what it's going to be titled.
I mean, you got
there's "Help Me Help You."
Yeah.
There's Show
basically
Me the
that
Money.
whole monologue or that whole exchange. The "Help me help you."
Yeah.
Help me help you. Show me the money. I love black people.
Yeah,
Respect
that was the best.
Or give me the what is the kwan line?
Oh yeah.
Which I know that Cameron Crowe.
Stop using kwan.
Cameron Crowe thought that,
or you're the master of my kwan.
Master of kwan, master of the kwan. He thought that was going to be the runaway line, and it really it wasn't at all. Yeah,
but then of course you had
you complete me,
and then shut up, just shut up. You had me at
hello, which has been parodied a million times,
so many times.
So we were watching this movie, my wife and I, and mi esposa.
Yeah, mi esposa.
And we, she was like, "Oh, Cameron Crowe." She's like, "I didn't remember he did this." So this was one that she loves Tom Cruise. She loves Tom Cruise.
How come she talks shit about him in fucking Magnolia then?
Well, it wasn't really shit.
He did great.
But she didn't think so. But she loves Tom Cruise, the man. She feels sorry for him. There's a whole thing. All right?
I kind of do too.
She loves Tom Cruise.
And you know what? All right.
But anyway, so
we'll get into Tom
we were watching
Cruise.
it.
We'll get into Tom Cruise.
We were watching it, and she goes, "Oh God, this is Cameron Crowe." And then I was like, "Yeah." And as we kept watching it, she goes, "I don't really remember what this movie's about, because the whole sports agent thing, which we'll get into that too."
It's a little bit of a.
But we get to the point, and then she's like, "Wait, they get married?" By the time
I was surprised by
the time, and then at the very last thing, she goes, "I don't remember I didn't know there was a lot of people in the room when she does the you had me at hello." I was like, "Baby, I don't think you ever saw this movie."
Right?
Goes, I don't think I did.
She just saw the clips.
Yeah, I mean that, and those are this movie really is when you come down to it, like 3 or 4 really memorable scenes. And then they added 2.5 hours of shit around it. It's a long fucking movie.
It's a long movie.
And it doesn't need to be. And nothing happens. Nobody learns. Nobody grows.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like it. And it took Cameron Crowe like 3.5 years to write it. Mm-hmm. And he wrote it like 25 times. Go back to the drawing board because it's not done. This fucking shit is not good.
Really?
It's not good.
Really?
It's so dumb. I can't figure out where the love story is, but it's a messed up love story where she's like taking advantage of him, making him take advantage of her too. Like there's this weird, like they're two very unstable people, if you will. Like he's very unstable with just relationships in general, like
he's got his flaws that are shown, which that bachelor party
but then she
movie,
takes him back at the end.
All right, we're getting too ahead of ourselves here.
Yeah, so we'll get
I agree that
it's not a romantic
it's
comedy.
Not very
I don't know why.
out. I was surprised at, I guess romantic comedy would be the only way to categorize it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a story of
it has romance and it has comedic moments. I will say I was surprised at how many times I laughed watching this movie, just because I didn't really know what to expect. I guess I kind of remembered it was a love story, but other than that, I didn't know what to expect. Yeah. I didn't expect to have as much fun watching the "Show Me the Money" scene as I did.
Yeah,
and that's because Cuba Gooding Jr. Is just fucking great, and then also seeing Tom Cruise like kind of let loose like that. And it makes him seem human again, and it's almost endearing, and it's kind of weird.
I feel like this character is what Tom Cruise at least thinks he's really like.
Right. Right.
He because like this character does have a certain amount of human connection with everyone. He does remember things, and I feel like Tom Cruise like is really important about everybody has to like him when he meets them. I know that's a big thing.
Right.
But he doesn't come off
and in real life he seems really uptight, but in this movie he still seems uptight, but he seems more human. And like to see him let loose, like when he's doing the "Show Me the Money" scene and like getting more and more into it, he looks like a man that is truly letting himself loose and not be afraid to look like an idiot. Like when he does, like he even does a stupid face when he's like I love black people. He's like letting it
He's
out
screaming it, yeah.
in this way where he's like really letting it out in a way that's almost endearing. If only because it was surprised to see Tom Cruise seem human, because Tom Cruise is such a fucking anomaly, dude. When it comes to a Hollywood star, I don't know if there's any other Hollywood star out there that seems less like a human being in real life.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Like when we talked about American Psycho,
Right.
Christian Bale said that he to get into the character of Patrick Bateman.
Bateman, yeah.
When he got in, is it Patrick Bateman?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when he got into that character,
No, it's Patrick Batewoman.
No. Yeah. He saw an interview with Tom Cruise, and that's what he was like, that is the sociopath.
Yeah.
Because he's like, he's so friendly and everything, but there's nothing there behind his eyes. It's very empty.
But he's also reached this level of stardom to where
Yeah.
the only thing the public can ever perceive him as is movie star Tom Cruise.
That's something that he's kind of held on to through over the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Because I was talking to my wife when I was thinking out loud about like trying to get to the reboot recast of this. This movie centers around a star power. You have to have the Tom Cruise. This was the 5th movie in a row that he did that made over $100 million.
Yeah.
So like
it was in the
height of his career. People saw this movie because of him. I mean, the poster's just him smiling.
And this was before the Katie Holmes Oprah thing, all that, before the Scientology was even really known.
Well, that's not true.
Well, before the Scientology became the first thing you think of.
It was before, the internet age where we know. See, that's the thing about celebrities now, is that you know more about them as a person other than just like the person who's in movies.
Right.
Like back then you really only knew what you saw.
Mm-hmm.
You might hear some like celebrity gossip here or there, but there wasn't websites on websites of it. There wasn't Twitter where they talk, or all you saw were these little interviews. I mean, there wasn't podcasts, there wasn't in-depth interviews. Your most in-depth interview was a Barbara Walters thing,
Yeah,
and like even that's still just an interview.
If you were lucky to even get that too.
Yeah.
I mean, you had to be level to get that.
I mean, you're not going to get anything off of Jay Leno, or Conan, or any of those,
right? Carson,
and even before that, Carson and all that.
Yeah,
Letterman, but
let's name them all. Ferguson. Carson Daly had one for a while.
Yeah, he did.
Who's James Corden? I think that's it now.
No,
Kimmel.
You're forgetting Seinfeld.
Fallon.
And Seinfeld.
Merv Griffin.
There it is. Merv Griffin.
If we want to go back, Dick Cavett.
Jack Parr.
Jack Parr. Didn't Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis have a show where they interviewed people too?
No, they had a
there was a comedy hour. Maybe Carol Burnett interviewed people.
Anyway, but like it's all these like prepackaged things. So Tom Cruise he didn't really ever do interviews even. So like he was very private. His life is very private, and it's still kept under tight wraps, whether it be him or not. So like the fact that we don't really know that much about him as a normal person, he's still just kind of this floating head star, you know? And like that's sort of what everybody was back then.
Right. And but he was like, I mean, to put some perspective on it, man, dude, in the 90s it was amazing that he got even more popular than he did in the 80s.
Yeah.
He was already a top guy in the 80s. In the 90s, he had, like you just said, this string of fucking movies where it was like you couldn't escape the fucking guy.
Well, I mean,
and he reached this
blew
level
up with Mission Impossible,
right?
And now he's making the 7th one,
right? And he reached this level to where it was like you know, like what I was saying before was you can only associate him as a movie star, and when that happens, it's a completely unrelatable stratosphere for a regular person. So to see him like kind of be normal and kind of, it looked like he was letting loose in moments of this movie. It was a little bit endearing and surprising.
That's interesting because I don't think he's very good in this movie. I think it's
I didn't think he was like the best, but I just was pleasantly surprised by how loose he seemed at times.
I thought the scene when first.
Listen, I'm not giving him an Oscar.
There's
Chase,
so many
okay?
problems with the scene, but the scene when he comes to her house drunk and is talking to
it's bad. It's not
to the
very
kid,
good.
which is like supposed to be cute.
You're a Scientologist, and
but
you're not pulling from experience.
But him
here.
playing drunk just seemed like
it
a
wasn't,
cartoon.
He
Like
wasn't,
it's not.
He wasn't able to pull from experience.
But then it's also weird that she invites this drunk man over to her house, who's also her boss, and then just like leaves him alone with her kid.
Did he show up?
No, she called him.
She was already like kind of fawning over it,
Yeah.
which was the weird. That was the weirdest thing about
and
this
she
movie.
said, like, I'm like, even her sister was like, you're taking advantage of me. She goes, I know a little bit.
Well,
like
that was the weirdest thing about this movie to me, was that she immediately was fawning over him without
she had
ever
always
spoken to him before.
Yeah, because she worked for
She
him.
knew him.
Yeah, she worked in that office.
So I was expecting it to be a little bit more of a classic romance where it was.
No, she was.
I notice you. You're like the average chick, but something about you's charming. And,
I mean, she was.
I gotta have you.
Yeah, she was really the aggressor in the relationship.
Right, and so that was. I just didn't expect that. But we keep saying she, and we have not mentioned her name yet. And
Houston,
we have to
Katy,
because
alum.
This person.
We went to the same high school, same theater program
as her. Well,
Renee
we did a lot
Zellweger.
more in Katy Theater than she did, but was taught by the same person.
Yeah, same director.
We were directed by the same person. Shout out to Miss Smith. But Renee Zellweger, her breakthrough.
Yeah.
Was it her debut?
No. She was in a bunch of like not known stuff.
Oh, really. She did do Alice in Wonderland in Katy High School.
Yeah, in Katy High School, but she did one of the it was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Next Generation, but I want to know if she did anything else because she was friends with Matthew McConaughey, and they came up together.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But
Matthew McConaughey was in a Daniel Johnson music video.
Oh, yeah. And she was in Reality Bites and Dazed and Confused, uncredited in Dazed and Confused.
You are?
What? No.
Oh, I thought you said I'm credited.
Uncredited. She's uncredited in Dazed and Confused. But Reality Bites, which was shot here in Houston, Dazed and Confused shot in Austin. Yeah. She had a real small part. Like I said, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Empire Records. And then, but Jerry Maguire is what launched her.
Breakthrough, yeah.
Yeah. Then she got, Nurse Betty, Me, Myself, and Irene, Bridget Jones's Diary. She won. Did she win an Academy Award for Chicago?
She won for something.
No, she won for Cold Mountain. But
fuck that
Cold Mountain is pretty damn good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
But I think it's about the Civil War, so you might not be able to watch it anymore.
This guy.
It's true.
Come on, Chaz.
That's what that button's for.
Show me the cock.
That's great.
I made
Dude, that's awesome.
I was so proud of
Show
it.
me the cock.
Did you edit it, or do you have to just press?
No, I edited it.
Show me the cock.
I was sitting on the couch
You do that
doing
with
it.
so many combos.
Yeah.
Dude, keep making more combos because you can do.
Show me the cock.
I love. Whatever. You can do the.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it behind the scenes stuff. But anyway, yeah. So, all right, Cold Mountain, sweet. I don't know what that is, but I'll watch it. We can do an episode on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, she broke out, and then like apparently she talked shit about Katy, but whatever. I did have a note though. Could you imagine like growing up in Katy, Texas, and living in Katy, Texas, and then moving to Hollywood, and the next thing you know, you're kissed all over by Tom Cruise on film.
Yeah.
Luckily, I don't have to imagine that. But some people, could you imagine how crazy that would be? Luckily, I don't have to.
Yeah, we got it.
It wasn't a wide release. It's on a. I think he has it stored away.
OnlyFans.
I think he has it stored away on a VHS somewhere.
Yeah.
But that happened to her. That's crazy, dude. That's fucking.
Yeah.
Could you imagine what was going through her fucking head, dude? That's nuts.
Well, and like when she got this role, she like had no money. She was broke. Like she was a struggling actress. This was like really what saved her
Oh,
It
wow.
was like it was right at that time where it's like, if I don't get something now, I'm done.
Yeah.
You know?
I got to go back to Katy and tend to the pigs.
I know that when her house was on, like when the house that she grew up in went for sale or whatever, I found out that there was a bidet in it. Something about her parents, like they had a bidet installed because they wanted to be like British or something.
It all makes sense now.
Do British people use bidets? Who uses bidets?
French people.
French people.
came up
British
with
people
it.
don't use bidets.
It's honestly a more effective system for cleaning your ass. I mean,
but what do you wipe? How do you get your ass
just
dry?
dry off with a towel.
Well, then you got a shit covered towel.
No, because the shit's been washed off.
I ain't want. All right. So you're
But you have hand
you're saying
towels
somebody's
on
gonna
the
wipe their
side.
butt. Somebody's gonna wipe their butt.
Well,
and
let me
then
ask you
you're
this.
gonna wipe your butt with the same one that they used.
No. You don't.
So
reuse
everybody,
it.
everybody has a personalized towel.
You just have a stack of them.
So now I got to have a whole bunch of towels.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna.
And you wash them.
You got to wash a whole load of shit covered towels.
But
I don't like.
They're not
this.
shit covered. Well,
I
let me
like
ask you this: when you get out of the shower, you've washed your ass out. Do you dry your ass off with the towel?
No, I use toilet paper.
When you get out of the shower,
You gotta get that beehole
Well,
clean.
at least you're consistent. I will give you that. But yeah, toilet paper is the greatest fucking sales con ever. Imagine convincing a nation, a world of people that you need to buy my piece of paper to wipe your ass with.
Well, what else are you gonna use?
What were they using before? Just do that.
They've always had toilet paper.
Yeah, okay.
No,
I'm just
what they were
saying,
using
it's a
before was
fucking
nothing.
con. It's a con.
Because everybody smelled
No,
like
they
shit.
had bidets.
No,
Yeah.
not before
Oh, yeah.
indoor
You
plumbing.
washed your shit out.
Not
dude.
before indoor plumbing.
What did they use before toilet paper?
They used nothing, but everything smelled like shit, so it didn't matter. You were pooping in the street.
Toilet paper don't change that. Toilet paper don't change anything.
Yeah,
It's a con.
No,
It's a con. It rips your butthole up, and it's your way better
what
off
kind of
just
toilet
washing it
paper
out.
are you using
Dude,
that rips your
you don't-
butthole up? I have very soft toilet paper.
It's porcupine plush.
Oh, well, there's your problem. That brand
Is that
sucks.
not good?
No.
Oh, it's not supposed to have the little spikes on it?
No.
I thought it was for extra
porcupine plush.
scraping.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
And you're paying a premium for porcupine plush.
yeah,
A porcupine plush premium.
it's
And
a triple P situation.
it's not good.
Not good.
It's not good.
It's really a.
Peace.
I'll debut that later.
Ugh.
Oh,
Come on, Chaz. You know you're feeling this shit, dude.
oh, this is good.
All right. Let's get back to the movie.
Yeah.
We got off track.
Okay. But I'm just saying the
So,
little ridges can
yeah.
scrape the poop off more
Okay.
efficiently.
I get it. I get it.
Wicked hemorrhoids, though. So, yeah. And then how do you think Renee Zellweger does?
What?
Razzie or snazzy?
In this movie?
Yeah.
I think she's fine.
Yeah, she's good. Jerry O'Connell's in it.
Yeah.
The fat boy from Stand By Me.
Yeah.
Mr. Pez Man, Cherry Pez himself.
Playing a real
playing a
dick.
fucking douche. Yeah, playing a good old Texan quarterback.
Yep.
So that was just kind of neat.
Oh, that's what I was gonna
Movie
say.
gap
I was
history.
like, man, they got a lot of terrible actors in this movie that can't even like put sentences together and sound real. And then I realized, oh, those are probably all real sports people.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah. Drew Bledsoe.
I didn't recognize
noticed,
any of them.
I want to say Andre Ware, maybe. I think. Oh, dude, there was a moment where I'm pretty certain it was fucking Warren Moon was there, and you know who Warren Moon is, right? An ex.
Is that Keith's son?
That would be awesome. That would be amazing if Keith Moon's kid ended up playing quarterback in the American football National Football Association for the Houston Oilers.
Oh, so he was an Oiler. Oh,
Yeah.
that was one thing that I was thinking about. I was like, what year did we not have a team anymore? When did the Oilers
It was
leave?
after the 93-94
Okay.
season, I want to
That's
say.
why I didn't know who any of these people were. I didn't watch sports after the
Yeah.
Oilers left. And even before then, I didn't really watch it. But
Yeah.
it was the time that like I would play Lincoln Logs with my dad while he was watching Oilers. And then the Oilers went away, and so did Lincoln long time.
Okay. That's sad. Sounds like a sad story.
Yeah.
You know what I make when I go to the bathroom?
Lincoln Logs?
Stinking logs.
Lincoln Logs.
So that I'm glad I wasted your time with
Yeah.
that. And then Cuba Gooding Jr. was in it, who was also a professional athlete in his own
All
right.
right. Well, thank you, Bryce, for going down the cast list again.
Yeah. Let's talk about these people. What are we going to do? Stay here and go, and then remember when that happened? And then remember when that happened? They've seen it. All right. So Cuba Gooding Jr., he won an Oscar for this, didn't he?
No.
Didn't he get nominated or something like that?
No, wait. No, did he win
Are
for
you
this?
sure about
Yeah,
that?
no, he did win for this. Yeah, I keep
Best
thinking
supporting
that.
actor.
Yeah. No, he won for this. He was nominated for this. This is the only time he's ever been nominated. This is the only time he ever won, obviously.
Oh. He didn't get nominated for radio?
No.
I never seen that one either. Can we do that?
I don't think you need to.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, well, depending on how long we go doing this podcast, we might get to it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but
Fair enough.
it's nothing to write home about.
There's
Anyway,
lots of movies out
yeah, no, he won, but it won Best Picture. This movie, but
there. This movie won Best Picture?
yeah.
The Oscar for Best Picture?
No, wait, no. I'm sorry. It was nominated for Best
Okay.
Picture. It did not win. It lost to not Fargo, which I think should have.
Ooh, let me guess. 1996?
Well, it would have been the
Titanic,
90, it would have been the 97 Academy Awards. No, Titanic came out in 97.
Yeah, and it won 98.
Yeah.
So then 96 Jurassic Park? No.
No, that's 94.
I give up.
Let's see. I had it looked up and now I forgot. Best Picture was. I gotta scroll down here. That's cinematography. Oh, English Patient.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Ray Fiennes.
Mhm. That is an overrated piece of shit.
I've never watched it. I've tried. It's so slow.
It's not good. It's not good.
Never seen it, but we can do an episode on it though. in the
Remember
future. Be
that
on the lookout for
Seinfeld
that.
when they're like, "You."
Oh yeah, you're making out during English.
No, that was Schindler's List. It was
Yeah.
It was that Elaine hated it.
Oh right, and
Yeah.
everyone loved it. Oh yeah, and Peterman
Yeah.
loved it and all that, and she had to pretend she liked it.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
But if you want a little snippet of advice, if you're going through trying to find good movies based off like that you haven't seen, and you're looking at Oscar winners, look for screenplay.
Oh,
The
okay.
Oscar winner for screenplay usually is a better movie, especially if it won Best Picture. It's usually better, and at least there's something there that works. Like a lot of times, the Best Picture doesn't always hold up as well.
Right. Yeah.
For instance, Fargo was the
that's
one
not
that
good.
won.
I haven't seen that movie.
Oh, it's fucking great.
Okay, well, we
gotta
need to
put
do an
that
episode
the
on
list.
that.
Yeah, that's definitely needs to be on the list.
Yeah.
My wife hasn't seen it either. I was like, we need to watch that. So yeah, we should do that.
Wow.
But yeah, that fucking show. I mean, that movie is great, and the show was great. The first 2 seasons. But yeah. So back to this movie. Yeah. So it won. You know, it was a big deal. It was nominated for 20 Academy Awards, I think.
What?
No, it was just nominated for a whole bunch. But did
This
not
little
get nominated for
joker.
Best Director. So
Loser.
yeah, he's a fucking loser.
Well, that's a shame.
But yeah, so you wanted to talk more about Cuba Gooding Jr.?
What did you think of him in this movie?
He's fine. He's great.
Yeah.
I've always liked
He's
him.
great. I think he
it's a
kind of
shame
makes
that
the movie.
He's lost control. He's not in anything anymore.
Yeah.
Man, have you ever seen What Dreams May Come with Robin Williams?
Oh
Cuba
no,
Gooding?
but I know what you're
Ooh.
talking about. Cuba
That's,
Gooding's.
oh yeah, that's a
we'll do an
great
episode on
film.
that.
Yeah, that's
Is it gonna make me cry real hard?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, especially if you wait till somebody that you love dies and then we watch it. Ooh,
No.
that's what we got to do. Hey, Corona could come sooner than later.
Nope. No. Not making that joke. It's just okay. All right, Beetlejuice.
Fucking Bryce.
Come on, Chaz.
All right. Let's see. So there was a. I don't know if you know this. What?
I don't hear you as much.
You don't?
No.
Oh, is it because of this?
Yeah, there
Is
it
it
is.
better?
Yeah.
You probably didn't notice this, but I caught this. There was a cameo from one Jerry Cantrell.
Who's that?
In it? He was the guy that made the copies of the manifesto, and he was like, "That's how you."
But who is Jerry Cantrell?
Oh, who is Jerry Cantrell? he is the guitarist and writer, whatever, for Alice in Chains.
Oh, there
Alice
you
in
go.
Chains fame. And
I'm sure there's a lot of music things that I didn't get.
Well, it is Cameron Crowe.
Yeah.
That was the only like.
And his wife
like
at the time
cameo.
did the music for it. What's her name?
Paul
Wilson.
McCartney, because
She did.
there was a lot of background music from Paul McCartney's first solo album, or there's a couple of songs anyway, that I was surprised to hear, because that album doesn't really get very much credit. I mean, it's not the best album in the world, but
there was like 2 or 3 there were instrumentals.
well, they used the instrumental parts.
Yeah,
one of them was
yeah.
specifically an instrumental. The other one was Junk. Not the song was called Junk.
Yeah.
Which is actually a very underrated Paul McCartney song from his first solo record. Was being tried out as a Beatles song during their Let It Be sessions that got canned, and that one just didn't quite make the cut, so he used it on his solo album. There's actually a version of it on the anthologies that came out, the Beatles anthologies that came out, where it's a version where John's doing background vocals for it, and he's just like, it's the most like pathetic, like, I don't give a shit about this song attempt at recording background vocal. He's like clearly doesn't care. He even laughs in the middle of it. And so yeah. But anyway, they used it for this movie while they're making out on the doorstep for the first time after the date. I was pleasantly surprised to see that. Paul McCartney's a genius and he gets overlooked.
Well,
so that was cool.
Isn't that because he like died so long ago? Like,
I mean,
back in the 60s?
he died in the mid '60s, and they replaced him. So technically,
it's Billy Shears.
It's
right?
Billy. This guy William Shears, that sounded, was left-handed, and could
just
write music just as well.
talented,
as Paul McCartney replaced him.
Yeah.
So and we all know that's a fact as well. But anyway, so that was a pleasant surprise. For background music, I wrote John Williams.
What if somebody uses this podcast as like a source for a Wikipedia article about how John is dead or Paul is dead?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like they said
it is a fact.
The walrus was Paul.
That's from John's mouth.
I am the Eggman.
That's right. From John's mouth. Oh no, the other big music, an even bigger music cameo, which I don't know if you caught this or not, but you probably could. Well, you had to have.
It might have been something. I feel like my wife said something.
Yeah. Glenn Frey or Frey.
Yeah.
Frey. I think I'm not really a big Eagles fan, but
and he just passed away too, didn't he?
He did like a year ago or
I say too because we decided to do this movie. Sorry, go ahead, finish that, then I'll get to it.
Oh yeah, Cameron Crowe. All right.
Yeah, Cameron Crowe.
No, he plays the GM or coach or whatever that of Rod Sterling that he's doing the contract negotiations with. That the asshole guy that won't do it. So that was neat. That was an even bigger music cameo. Than
Beau Bridges
Jerry
is in this movie. We haven't had Jeff's brother in a movie yet. Now he is.
Oh, who did he play? He
played Jerry O'Connell's father. That's Beau Bridges. That's Jeff Bridges' brother. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's where. That's right. I knew his face looked familiar. Mm-hmm. So what was the coincidence you were going to talk about?
So we decided to do this movie Saturday night when we were saying what we were going to watch.
Yes.
So Sunday night, my wife and I sat down and watched it. Monday morning, we're watching the news, and Kelly Preston passed away Sunday night from breast cancer.
Yeah.
Here in Houston. So we were watching her.
Oh, she was here?
Yeah. MD Anderson. I don't know if she passed away here. I know she went to MD Anderson for it. Yeah. But yeah, she died the night we were watching this movie unknowing.
Oh, wait, that lady was Kelly Preston?
Yeah, Avery Bishop, his fiance.
The fiance? That was her?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Fellow Scientologist.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It's John Travolta's wife.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Don't ever stop fucking me.
Yeah.
That was her famous line.
You know what Tom Cruise told to John Travolta while he was filming this movie?
I got a feeling.
I mean, I enjoy boning your wife.
Classic.
Classic moment, dude.
Show me the cock.
This was a mistake.
That's so good. I love it. need to do more.
But yeah, so rest in peace, Kelly Preston. Dead,
Yeah,
not
R.I.P.
forgotten. But yeah, so that was a weird thing that we watched this movie right as we had picked it right before. Granted, it won't come out for a while, so it'll be old news by then.
It'll be
but
old news
still.
by then, but yeah.
Yeah,
know this that we recorded this at that time.
Yeah.
And did this at that time.
But yeah, no, that was her. So I'm surprised that you even knew that she died.
Saw it on Instagram.
Okay.
I follow John Travolta because he's a fascinating character, and then I saw that post, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's sad."
Yeah.
So, yeah, actually, big time
Yeah,
condolences.
like
It's
nobody
really sad.
even knew. Like it was not public that she had breast cancer or anything. Like
I didn't
that.
know it was his wife. I didn't even know who she was. I didn't even know that was her in the movie.
just
But
knew.
when I saw it, I was like, "That is sad that your wife died."
Fucking Bryce.
Yeah.
Oh.
Come on, Chaz.
So
Yeah.
that is really fucking sad.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right, so we've talked about everyone in this movie and a little bit of it. But do you have any notes, any things about this movie before I get into it a little bit more? Because I want to talk about the movie.
Go into it. I wrote some highlights. The highlights are the moments where I had seen the Show Me the Money scene,
Yeah.
but watching it within the context of the movie, it was actually
It's a
really
great scene.
really enjoyable.
It's a great
Yeah, it is. It just has
Both
this
sides of it.
tension.
Him and that, like with it keeps cutting to the
Yeah.
phone and he's losing clients.
Yes.
Jay Morrisoff selling
Yes.
Bob Sugar, which is a great villain
Fucking
name.
great villain name.
And like everybody's in the office is watching him.
Yeah.
That's a great scene. And then
Right.
and then it cuts to Cuba at his house.
Yeah.
And he's like
And
dancing.
there's chaos going on there, and he's got the music going.
Aries Spears.
Aries
Spears.
Spears. Yep.
And it's just such a great scene. And then the scene from watching it this time through, that embarrassing scene where he's leaving and he's making the whole like stand like, who's coming with me?
Yeah, yeah.
And I was watching it and I was like, you know what's funny about this is they did a incredible parody of that in The Office when Michael Scott is getting fired
really?
and leaves and he's going to start his own paper company.
Was that a parody of that?
100%.
Oh.
Like, who was coming with me, and then nobody wasn't coming with it but Pam. And then he's like, all right, but like anybody, like,
Yeah.
like somebody, but like it's just this great little parody of that
that's
scene. And I was
okay.
watching it this time. I was like, you know what's funny is that The Office is hugely popular with younger people now
Yeah,
who were like not born when it was first on.
which is
So
such
they
a
have
weird sentence.
no idea that this movie even exists. Like they
Yeah.
don't know that scene
Right.
is a parody
It's
of
a parody
this.
of that. Yeah.
Speaking of, this thing is parodied or not necessarily parodied, but referenced all the time. I mean, there's like 2 references to the You Complete Me in the Avengers movies,
Oh, yeah.
or Iron Man.
Oh, yeah.
Like it pops up all the time.
Huh. Yeah.
Like, You Complete Me, You Had Me at Hello,
yeah.
like all of those. Like it was a movie that really penetrated pop culture
Yeah. Big time.
in a huge way. And what's interesting about it is it's like the Show Me the Money scene, and that last scene where the last ish scene with the You Had Me at Hello, and then the couple of scenes with Lipnicki being like super adorable.
Yeah.
Those are the good scenes in this movie, and there's just kind of a movie around them.
Right.
Like those are
Right.
powerful, great scenes, and then the rest of it you're kind of like, okay,
Yeah.
and like I'm still not sure what the story is.
Right.
I don't understand how he wins in the end.
Is it a love story or is it this guy?
Yeah. So he got one guy,
redeems himself.
but he got
from-
one guy a contract.
It's a
Is
fall
he
from
still
grace.
losing?
It's a fall from grace. It's a love story. It's a sports movie.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of different things.
He also doesn't. So for the love story aspect,
it's a comedy.
for the love story aspect, she breaks up with him because he just doesn't love her enough. Like it's the way he is. He's more of a
shopped
friend.
like a pootie.
Yeah.
Which
And-
that you got to get that fucking soundbite,
Yeah.
dude.
But he is not like he doesn't change when he comes back to her. He's still the same
Yeah.
guy. He just made one sale.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is that like it doesn't it's a little bit anticlimactic.
Yeah.
There's really not
really,
enough of a separation
as much
and
we know
despair in separation.
and it just fucking ends like
Yeah.
right where it's like, well, I don't really if the whole point of this movie was their relationship or him becoming a success again, we
Right.
haven't accomplished that.
Right.
Like they're still in the same spot in their relationship.
Right.
They're just back together.
Right.
But nothing has changed.
He got one
contract
for 11 mil, which I guess at that time was
that's a lot, but that's still one contract. Like
and that's not like star receiver money.
Yeah.
Randy Moss was still getting fucking buku bucks compared to that shit.
yeah, sports. And but then on top of it, like we have as much knowing like, okay, so Jonathan Lipnicki's going to grow up to be an all-star pitcher. Like, when they throw the ball.
I know.
And it's
That was like, of course you had
there's
to
as
throw
much
that
chance
in
of
there.
that. Like,
Which
that's
that
as much of a
came
clue.
true in real life.
No, but that kid is ripped now.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's like ripped.
Did he go like full on bully mode, like because he got?
Yeah, but not
picked
like
on so
not
much
like
or
big
whatever?
ripped. Like he's like thin, like scrappy ripped.
Yeah.
But like he's in like great shape. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think he really acts that much anymore. But
Hmm.
yeah. And so, but getting back on that fucking kid is goddamn adorable.
Yeah.
They
it was
should have
great
cut
casting.
like half of this movie out and just done 3 more or 4 more scenes with that kid.
Yeah.
And like again to harp on the fact that Cameron Crowe is a blowhard that spent 3 years writing this movie. So much of this movie was improv.
Really?
Yeah, like all of the
Like what?
all
Help me
the
help
stuff,
you.
No,
All the classic
stuff with
lines.
all of the stuff with Lipnicki was pretty much improv.
Wow.
Because they wanted it to feel interesting. In fact, Lipnicki was running around on set all day telling people that the human brain or the human head weighed 8 pounds, and he's like, "That's funny. I'm putting it in the script."
Oh wow.
Yeah, like it.
So he just stole from the kid.
Yeah, he just stole from the
plagiarized
kid, yeah. And it's just the
That's
real
child labor.
moments. The real moments just don't. I mean, he did script out the "Show Me the Money" stuff, and he really was digging that line about the kwan.
Yeah. Right. Which
But-
I mean, I kind of like that. I thought the Kwan was funny too.
Yeah,
That the character had, was so much into his money that he had his own term for it.
which is like French for coin or something like that.
Shit, I don't
Yeah.
know, man.
But
But
sorry, go ahead.
So yeah.
What?
No, what?
No. Oh, and I like that "You Complete Me." She misinterprets that in the elevator. The guy is
What did he
actually
really
saying,
say?
"You make me feel whole,"
Oh,
which makes a lot more sense. And I do know that "You Had Me at Hello" was actually in the script because Renee Zellweger could not figure it out. She was certain it was a typo. She's like, "This doesn't make any sense."
What, really?
Yeah, she's like, "I don't know what I'm saying here."
Really?
Yeah. And I think part of it is because I don't think he says hello.
Yeah.
Like, he just comes back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, I was actually kind of looking for that, and then I didn't, and then I forgot about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, did he say hello? We need to go back and see that. If he doesn't, then the whole fucking
It's
moment
all
is
fucked.
ruined, dude.
Well, when Cameron Crowe was originally writing this movie, it was for Tom Hanks. But by the time he was done with it, he had aged out. But it was Tom Hanks and Winona Ryder.
That's an interesting pair.
Yeah.
Huh.
But and then Ryder was able to commit still afterward, but her next to Tom Cruise, Crowe said they look too much like brother and sister.
Yeah, I can see
So
that. Yeah.
didn't work out.
Right.
And then he offered the part to Janine Garofalo if she could lose the weight. Like she was,
Oh
if
my
you wanted her to lose the weight.
God.
So then she did, and by the time she lost the weight, they had already offered it to Renee Zellweger.
Which Janine Garofalo lived in Katy too.
she's in Houston. That's weird.
That
man.
is weird. Huh.
Well, and then they were both in Reality Bites.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Huh.
And
That's interesting.
Cameron Crowe was given. So first of all, like the big song from this movie is fucking terrible.
Ding, 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 ding.
Whenever that Bruce Springsteen love
it's
song,
Bruce Springsteen.
yeah, and it's fucking awful.
The whole time I was like, "Who is this?"
Yeah, it's just fucking.
But that's a classic Bruce Springsteen song.
Oh,
I don't
it's so
like either. I've never been
bad.
a Bruce Springsteen fan.
Yeah, I'm not either.
You know,
But
so-
yeah, no. And my wife was telling me like, I don't really remember this that much, but back in the day, so I do remember that back in the day, like songs that were part of a movie were like a much bigger deal than they are now. Soundtracks were a huge part of selling a movie. If you had a good soundtrack, that movie was already going to make a bunch of money just by off the soundtrack, which is how like so many horror films get made. And it used to get made was they were going to make probably more money off of the soundtrack than they would off of box office.
Mm-hmm.
Like Disturbing Behavior had like that paranoia. Everybody's coming to get me. Like that's what like those kind of movies did. And big movies like this, they would have like that big love theme. And when they played it on the radio, they would insert clips of the movie into the thing. And we were talking about that, my wife and I, and I was like, so like, what other movies did they do that? She goes, oh, they did it with like Titanic, My Heart Will Go On. And I was like, did they do that with How Will I Live Without You? Or How Do I Live Without You? And she's like, yeah, I think they did. So in my head, I was just like thinking about that song.
Yeah.
How do I live without you? Welcome to Con Air.
Yeah.
Oh.
Put the bonnet in the box.
How do I live up?
Put the bonnet in the box. It's good shit, man.
But yeah, that song was terrible. But the Amy Mann song "Wise Up" was actually supposed to be like the big song from this movie, and Cameron Crowe was using the demo of that song for this movie, and
for Jerry Maguire.
For Jerry Maguire, remember, and we know that from Magnolia, which also has Tom Cruise in it.
Right.
And he listened to it when he got the final version, like the studio version or whatever. He didn't like it and just said, "Screw it, we're going with a different song." And then it was ended up using in Magnolia or whatever. But it did end up on this like the soundtrack and on like the DVD credits or whatever, because after like going back to it, he's like, I don't know why I didn't use it. This song's great.
Yeah.
But for whatever
Tom
reason,
Cruise was just like hearing that song, over and over again, right, for like a good part of 2 or 3 years. Yeah, right. He must have heard that
for
song
this
a
song,
lot.
and then in that, and then in
for this
when he
movie,
had to sing
and then,
it.
Yeah.
Well, and then so to connect the two, after this movie, he goes and does Eyes Wide Shut, and then after Eyes Wide Shut, he did Magnolia. Well, when he was in London doing Eyes Wide Shut, they were still editing this movie, and he recorded that voiceover, which is just like some of the most unnecessary, ham-fisted voiceover shit in a movie. At the beginning of that, he recorded that in London while he was filming Eyes Wide Shut.
Wait, for which movie?
For this movie.
Oh yeah, and then it never went back to.
No, it doesn't go back to it.
It was bad.
So, like I know my wife hates voiceovers, and I hate voiceovers like this, where it shows poor writing.
Yeah, it's like clearly being used as a device.
It's a device for exposition.
Yeah.
It's not a narrative like device. It never goes back to it.
Right.
There's no reason for it other than I guess to kind of explain sports agents, but like just fucking don't.
Right.
Like it doesn't really matter in the end of it. I don't care.
Yeah.
And it's still like we know more about sports agents, and now I'm like, so he's still not successful, right? He has one client. Yeah. I don't understand what we needed to know so hard from that. But
other than I guess like creating a motive for him writing, for him going on the downward spiral.
Yeah, but they could have just shown that in those scenes.
He could have just been fired.
Yeah.
He
doesn't
need to write.
But don't worry, Bryce. Cameron Crowe really did write a 27-page manifesto about the problem oh my God, what a blowhard on
that.
What a blowhard.
He spent his time on that.
Something nobody ever will see. Oh, you're making fucking Jerry Maguire, not Citizen Kane. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Hey, one and the same.
Yeah.
One and the same.
But anyway, so well, do you have anything else that you want to add to this?
No, I think we touched Yeah, we touched on it all. I mean, we can do.
You want to do some numbers?
Yeah, give us the numbers.
You don't have a theme song for that?
No, I need to write that down.
Oh, do you have a ratings theme song?
Nah.
Okay, so you got to get on that.
Need a ratings theme song?
Yeah, why not?
All right.
I think rating more than numbers.
Okay.
This is all off the air stuff.
Yeah, sure. But we're doing it.
All right. So the box office.
Yes.
You can snip that. And
Okay.
do something with
I can
it.
snip that.
I'll give you a clean one.
Okay.
Box office.
Okay. I'll do something with that.
That wasn't clean. You didn't let it be clean.
No, do it.
Box office numbers.
Oh, you wanted to add numbers.
Yeah. Well, also it had to be clean.
That was good. We got it. I think that'll do. That'll do. I can do it. I can make that work.
All right.
It's clean enough.
Budget. The estimated budget on this movie was $50 million. All right.
Okay.
Opening weekend. It was a December 15th, 1996 release.
Mm.
All right. What do you think it made opening weekend? Was it a huge hit or not?
Well, I know it was eventually a box office hit, right?
Yeah, this I mean, I said it before. This was the fifth movie in a row that Tom Cruise did that made over $100 million.
Yeah.
Which was a new record at the time for a star to have
Oh.
been in 5 movies in a row.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I
I think like Will Smith might have broken that role right around the same time.
Okay.
Or that record.
Gotcha.
So.
But I'm gonna guess it was kind of a slow start. I'm gonna say 23.7 million opening weekend.
Good call on it being a slow start. It was actually an embarrassingly slow start for a huge, Christmas break release like this. It was supposed to smash. It only did 17 million.
Losers.
And they were super worried about it, but it saw a huge jump after a few weeks, especially in January when Oscar noms came out and it was nominated for so much. So like word of mouth started getting out there. And its final gross for the domestic, you want to give a stab?
169.3 million.
Up top, my brother.
Did I get it?
No, but you said 69.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
I swear I didn't do it on purpose.
It's just in your brain.
You be the judge.
Yeah. It's just in your brain.
Tame the cunt.
No, it's 153 million, so you're not too far off.
Ooh, but I did overshoot it, so I lose.
You overshot it by basically the opening weekend gross.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Now, the cumulative worldwide, though, you want to give that a stab?
Okay. I'm gonna guess that it wasn't necessarily as big of a hit worldwide. Maybe it was popular in the UK. I'm gonna say made about 200 million. 201.7 million.
273.
Damn.
Yeah. Tom Cruise has always been big overseas money, and he still is. In fact, he's basically only overseas
More
money.
so now.
Yeah, nobody in America gives a shit about the Mission Impossible movies.
Right.
They do not even hardly make their budget back if they do.
Yeah.
But then they make $800 million. So whatever he's doing is working over there. Everybody.
Worldwide.
Oh, by the way, we got out of what? We've done how many Tom Cruise movies now? At least 2.
Yeah.
So we did Eyes Wide Shut.
3.
We did Eyes Wide Shut. We did.
I think that's it.
Jerry Maguire. I mean, before Jerry Maguire,
Eyes
Magnolia.
Wide Shut, Magnolia, and I think.
So yeah, we haven't done any other ones. This one had the classic Tom Cruise moment of him running. You wouldn't expect it, but it happened, and it happened good. When he went from watching the game when what's his name?
Yeah, the slow build run.
Yeah. When he ran, well, no, it wasn't even a slow build. He was up watching the game, and then he had the accident, and he was running down that corridor of the thing. What was Cuba Gooding? Rod Tidwell.
Yeah, and he was unconscious.
Yeah.
Why is that classic moment of running?
Because Tom Cruise runs in everything. Like that's what he's known for now.
So that's what we call a
Classic moment, dude.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. God.
It's our classic moment sound.
Yeah. That was a classic moment.
There you go.
Yeah. Tom Cruise is known for his running, but he did not run in any of the other movies.
Why? Because he runs weird? I didn't notice.
No, he runs very well.
Oh. Okay.
Like it's like it,
yeah.
Yeah, he's got the action.
That's
run.
why he does the action roles.
Yeah.
Because a motherfucker can
He
run.
loves running.
He should run for president.
Probably not.
Okay.
I don't even think he lives in.
Does he run for president in every movie he's in?
No, I don't think he's ever run for president in any movie.
Is there any actor that is known for running for president in every role that he takes?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But I'm trying to think if there's like an actor known for being the president all the time. I mean, there's a lot of actors who have been president in movies, and they may be known for that role.
I feel like Bill Paxton is not Bill Pullman.
Yeah, for Independence Day,
president a lot,
and everybody knows the movie that we're doing next, Harrison Ford.
Right.
In fact, we'll get there someday.
Stay tuned for that next week.
But yeah. So anyway, he ran. I just wanted to point that out.
Okay.
I forgot where I was going with that. Other than he didn't run in the other two movies, so we did. So yeah, that's basically all I really have to talk about in this movie. So we got to hear it, Bryce. What's your rating and what is your verdict?
So, I actually enjoyed myself during this movie.
Okay.
It's another one of those movies from the mid 90s with all these like, well-known moments, like a Forrest Gump or whatever. It's kind of a feel good, and I don't mind that because it's, I am of that time. Having been a child, while all of this was taking off. So I actually gave it out of 10 songs from Paul McCartney's first solo record.
Okay.
I give it 8 out of 10 Paul McCartney songs from his first solo records. I give it an 8.
Wow. An 8.
I actually enjoyed it.
All right. And
I can look past,
okay,
the fact that it's flawed.
So is it worth it or worst
Oh, yes,
shit?
which I do need to make a sound for that. Yeah. I say worth it.
Okay. I say worst shit.
Wow. So you would say tell someone to not even bother
don't
watching
fucking
it.
bother. It's 2 hours and 20 minutes. It's not good.
Wow.
I didn't feel good watching it. Like I didn't come away with it. I kind of felt like I was like, so what happens next? I don't like this. It's very of the time. It was very for how defined the characters were. It was flat.
Okay.
And not, like there was no growth in any of the characters, which is not necessary for any movie because like I love, PTA and most of his movies, there's no growth, there's no change, but it works. This one, it was just kind of stupid. And I was bored most of the movie. I did not like Tom Cruise. I did not like Renee Zellweger, the characters that they played.
Yeah.
It made me sad that Bonnie Hunt is not in things anymore because I love Bonnie Hunt and she was great in this movie.
Oh, that's her name. Yeah.
But I don't really get why this movie is like.
Wow.
It doesn't. It doesn't do anything.
I could see that.
It's about. I mean, it makes sense that shitty Bruce Springsteen song is in it because that's about how good this movie is. It's just like it's kind of just like 90s masturbation. It's just not
okay.
It's not a good movie.
Okay.
It's not a good movie.
Wow.
So that's what I got to say.
Okay. And all understandable, and I can totally see where you're coming from there. I was just able to look past
it's
all
so
that for some
weird.
reason.
It's so weird how this movie is such a like big part of the 90s. Like all of those little touchstone moments from this. I mean, it's got like 2 or 3 lines on the AFI Top 100 list.
Yeah.
Greatest lines of all time or whatever. It's got a lot of cultural touchstones in it, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
and you're not
reason.
alone in this.
Yeah.
Even though it was nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah, a lot of shit gets nominated for stuff. So.
But it seems like amongst the people, you are not alone in that. What do you call it? Opinion.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to give it like a rating, like out of 10, you know, out of 10 8-pound heads, I would give it like a 5. Like it's watchable. It's definitely watchable.
Yeah.
But like, why? Don't waste your fucking time.
Wow.
Watch something else.
So 2 differing opinions here on this one.
Yeah.
That's what we bring you. We don't just agree for the sake of agreement. We give you hot takes left and right, and this is what we bring to you, the people. Okay.
Hey, it's about damn time that we got around to a movie that I didn't.
Yeah.
like.
No, that's true.
Yeah. So
That's true.
yeah. I mean, the other movie that I really didn't like was Tom Cruise movie as well. Eyes Wide Shut. I didn't care for.
Yeah.
I just don't see the point.
Was that the last one that you didn't really like? I feel like there was another one.
I'm sure there was.
Recently.
That's the one that I remember
Die
really
Hard
not
with a
liking.
Vengeance, I think.
Oh yeah, that one was not great.
Yeah.
Better than this.
I don't know.
Eyes Wide Shut.
Myself during
Eyes Wide
this
Shut
more.
is kind of better than this too.
Wow.
Yeah. So apparently,
Really?
by the way, if you believe the blinds, Eyes Wide Shut is why Kubrick is dead. That the sex cults he was making a movie about had him killed, and they had the movie changed so it wouldn't let things out. And Nicole Kidman knows everything because he told her. He told her everything, and she's been quiet because
Wait,
she's
the
afraid.
blinds are saying that?
So that's what I hear.
Well, the blinds are going into conspiracy territory.
Oh yeah. Oh, they always do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then sometimes it's like,
I
this
can see
person
that.
was drunk at a party. So, like,
Right.
It runs the gamut.
Right.
You know?
Gotcha.
But yeah. So you didn't hear it from me.
Okay.
You didn't hear it from me.
I gotcha.
Hear
what?
Yeah. No, that Stanley Kubrick was. Oh, I see what you did there.
You fucking idiot.
All right. Well, that wraps it up, except for everyone's favorite segment.
Are you ready for this?
Oh,
no, because
here we go. Wait, everyone.
This is the debut.
Officially the debut of the Reboot Recast segment.
The official. Now
Theme
and forever.
song, or what do you call it?
Reboot Recast soundbite.
All right, so wait, let me set it up.
Okay.
All right, now it's time for
The
Reboot
Recast. Reboot Recast. Reboot Recast. Reboot.
It ends soon. Soon. It's almost over. It's almost Feel it, people.
Come on, Chaz.
Come on, Chaz. Come on, Chaz. Come on, Chaz.
This is the best part. Some finger tapping.
Wow. How fucking long was that?
3 minutes and 12 seconds, I believe.
Oh. Yeah.
It's to the point.
There you have it. I mean, I don't
I
see
think
what
it
you
gets
could
the
cut.
point across.
I don't see what you could cut.
That solo was actually Eddie Van Halen featured on that.
Oh.
Yeah, that was actually him. I got him to do me
You
something.
didn't get any
edited
video
it.
of him doing it, though.
Nah, that's
Because
not-
that would have been nice.
That's not necessary.
So every time we play...
We can just crop edit some,
Okay.
some footage of him playing.
What were you-
That was his
what were
patented
you
finger
saying in it?
tapping.
I heard Christian Bale. Who should play Scarface is Christian Bale, and who...
And then I don't know who should play Scarface this time. And then it was I don't know who should play Wyatt Earp this time.
Okay.
And then the second time I said, or the first time I said I think it'll be all right. The second time I said I think it should be Christian Bale because obviously Christian Bale should play everybody because he's that good.
Well, my wife always makes fun of me because I'm not making it... When people sing like falsetto or just any high pitch,
Yeah.
I can't understand it.
Ah.
So like I could barely. I was like, listen. I was like, wow.
Well, I wasn't
It
really
really is bad.
enunciating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I heard Christian Bale, and then I
Yeah.
heard Scarface. But yeah, the Wyatt Earp part, I was like, what?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't really enunciate. But that's it. Official.
That's great. All right.
Every time, dude.
Every time.
fucking time. No, I'm just playing. This is the real one.
We've already spent 3 minutes.
Wait.
Reboot. Recast.
Manny, look at it. Pelican fly. Come on, Pelican.
There you go.
Teamwork. All right. So let us. I totally forgot we were still recording an episode here.
Yeah.
Let's do the reboot recast.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think we should do? I mean, obviously, we got to do Dorothy, Rod, and Jerry.
Okay.
I feel like that's probably good.
Yeah.
You know.
That works for me.
All right. So let's do Rod first.
Okay.
Who do you have? Did you have a list made or you?
No.
Okay.
Because
Because I didn't either. Not for this one.
man.
This movie is difficult because I'm trying. So maybe we should start with Jerry
Yeah.
and work our way down. Because this movie is so oddly dated in the way the love story works that I don't think it would play now. You know,
In what way?
I don't know. I feel like unhealthy love stories are like everybody gets very into like the psyche of things, and so I don't know if like, she's
right,
being like
sure.
this emotional aggressor, but then at the same time he is to her too. So like it seems like there's just some unhealthy things in there that might not work. So a lot would have to get changed, but the script is not good, and this
Yeah.
movie was definitely based on the fact that it was Cameron Crowe, who doesn't really have any pull anymore, and Tom Cruise. So like it needs a big fucking star. And like you said, how do you really recast Tom Cruise as star power Tom Cruise when there's not that person anymore?
Right.
And you got to also think like all of these guys that are popping in my head that are right around that age, you know, between 30 and 40, let's say,
Right.
for this one. And although she's 26, so like you don't
Yeah,
want
it was a
to
little bit
go, you
weird
don't want to
on
go
the-
too,
the
yeah,
age
like
difference,
again,
yeah.
the age difference is rough. But you know, she could be older. She doesn't have to be that young,
Right.
you know. And you know, depending on how old you make Jerry, you'd probably want to bring her age up some.
Mm-hmm.
So like a lot of things would need to change to be this, but let's stick with just all that aside, let's kind of stick with the star power of it
Okay.
in that age range. And I'm thinking, you know, you got all these people are in fucking Marvel movies right now that are in that age range. So they're all fucking ripped. And like you can't do that with the Jerry Maguire character. I don't
Well, they could
feel.
lose rippage.
Yeah.
We just got to find someone short enough, and that can have a smaller frame or whatever.
I mean,
like
if
the
you were,
everyman frame.
if you were doing this movie not based on star power, if you're doing this movie based on who would be in a movie like this now, because these
Yeah.
movies don't make that kind of money anymore.
right,
You know,
Yeah.
it would be Chris Pine. You know,
oh yeah,
and like that's like the
Man, yeah.
level of star that something like this would get, and it would have a budget of like $10 million or $15 million or something.
I need
It's a
to
small
be
little.
lazy, but I could see
It would
Chris
probably get-
Pratt doing it too.
I just think he's too big to do something like this. You know,
What do you
like
mean?
this movie
Muscles?
is so slow. No, like star power. You know,
but,
and
Tom
he's
Cruise,
definitely
though.
he's definitely too big of a guy.
We just got done talking about Tom Cruise with his star power.
Yeah, okay, so if you want to go with that level, I don't think he's at the Tom Cruise level that Tom Cruise was at in 97.
Yeah, but nobody was.
yeah, I mean
nobody is.
Yeah, it's hard to get there. But
Especially at his comparable age.
I do think that he's too buff. Like he looks too much like a football player, even if he's not ripped. He's a bigger guy. You
Sure.
know, like I don't feel him as like this little agent. You know,
Right.
I feel him as like, you know, the Frank Cushman. You know, like
Yeah, okay.
although definitely too old for that now because that guy's supposed to be like a rook.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
or going
right,
into
right.
his rookie year.
Coming out of college.
But you know,
I mean, I don't know though. Chris Pine, yeah, I like that.
but
Maybe
definitely
Zachary
not the star
Quinto.
power. Not the star power. Zachary Quinto. I mean, that's just like so TV level. He's not really a movie star level. We're trying to get to that
Shots
bigger,
fired.
Yeah, you're trying to get to that bigger star power level. I don't know who the person I'm thinking should do it. You know, I mean, and not a him. Like again, like they're all like much more. You know, not that Tom Cruise isn't handsome, but I'm thinking like these guys aren't looking right. You know, like Tom Cruise is very handsome, but he's not aggressively man. You know,
Right.
And, like these guys are all
Yeah.
more too man-like.
I mean, could Chris Evans do it?
Yeah,
If
maybe.
he-
Yeah.
If
that's
he
like-
stopped working out,
Yeah, definitely. If he stopped working out, I think. But
I can see that. I'm gonna go
yeah.
with Chris Evans.
yeah, I mean, he definitely could. I'm trying to think. Yeah, he's pretty charming. You know.
Yeah,
Although,
I
is
mean, I
Jerry
got-
charming? What is Jerry in this? I guess you find him charming.
Not necessarily a charm. It's but you got to be
There's
able
a
to play
there's
like
a push.
slick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
You got to
and
be able to play the loser that you
salesman-y.
want to root for.
you got to be
You
able
know?
to play salesman.
Yeah.
You know, you got to be able to play, fast talker, smiler,
Yeah.
everybody's friend, not afraid
All right.
to
So
introduce yourself.
so let's say Chris Evans. I think that
I
could
like
work.
that.
So then who would be Rod Tidwell? This is how old would he have been? Probably in his like early 30s
Yeah,
because he was towards
'Cause
the
he's-
end of his
Yeah.
career.
yeah. He talks about his shelf life.
Yeah.
He's renegotiating his contract.
Yeah. Like a
Man, but see, finding the charisma, someone that can have the same charisma
Mhm.
and carry the screen, in the playful and fun way that Cuba Gooding does. I mean,
Alfonso Rubio.
yeah. He's short too, like Cuba.
He's like 50.
Yeah,
Like no.
he's playing Chris Paul's, double or whatever in the State Farm commercials.
What?
So he's playing an athlete. You haven't seen those commercials? He plays like a fake Chris Paul,
Oh no, I haven't seen that.
and like kind of acts like Chris Paul into like gets away with being Chris Paul while Chris Paul's away or whatever.
Oh no, I haven't seen those.
Check out those commercials, dude.
Yeah, not an ad.
Not an ad, definitely not. Man, I don't know. Shoot. Donald Glover?
Yeah, I could see that. Like, I'm trying to. I feel like his energy would be different, but I think he could do something with it
if
that
he could
works.
if he could be more focused more on his like comedian side,
Yeah.
and less of his childish Gambino side and trying to be cool.
Well, but also the
then
childish Gambino side works
would
for that
help
character.
play.
It might not. I don't know if it would be as. I don't know. That would be interesting to see.
Yeah,
Uh,
he'd have to let loose a little bit more
Yeah.
than what he has
He'd have to
been
get in shape,
allowing
too.
himself to do.
like you gotta,
Yeah,
especially somebody that, like. There's no way.
he's got some.
Yeah.
He's got some dad bod stuff,
Yeah.
you know, going on, I guess.
Well, and after they cast Cuba Gooding Jr. and everything, somebody told Camera Crow, they're like, he's way too small to be a football player.
Right,
Like, just
which
way
he
too small.
is.
He goes, oh, I'll just write a line in there that they call him
Right.
shrimp. But it's like,
Right,
no, he's tiny
Yeah.
for a football player.
Right.
Especially whatever.
Especially a wide receiver,
Yeah.
a slot receiver that runs through the middle.
Yeah, you just get
He would
destroyed.
get absolutely demolished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, all right. So then Renee Zellweger. Who is the Renee Zellweger?
Young starlet at the precipice of stardom. Do we know anyone? Lucy Hale.
Lucy fucking Hale.
Hale, dude.
I love it.
I mean, seeing as how we're coming on 90 minutes,
Yeah.
I might just go with that, bro. Because I don't know
I told my wife, oh, we'll be done with these fast today.
Actually, there is one I would go with. Judy Garland.
Oh, yeah, you love her. I don't see her in this part.
I just think she's great.
Fantastic.
She's
I
great.
don't see her
And
in
she's
this
young,
part.
or she's about the same age, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
I feel
I
like
just think
this
it's
is
a
too-
good
this is
a
too,
good
like,
fit.
This is actually too lackluster of a part for her. There's not a lot to chew on.
That is true.
And she's so good.
She's very good.
You know.
So yeah, I don't know, but
Not that Lucy Hale is not great.
Not
Lucy Hale
is a thing.
fucking
Listen,
amazing.
Lucy, you are the best. We
Yeah.
love you.
We love
you
Lucy
know that
Hale.
we love you
I mean, I cannot count down the new year in New Orleans without Lucy Hale.
Without Lucy Hale, it's
So,
a must.
It's a must.
Bringing in the New Year's without Lucy Hale in New Orleans for the Central Standard Time people is like fucking.
All right, we got to wrap this up.
Okay.
The last one is Ray
I'll
Boyd,
finish that metaphor next week.
Ray
Stay
Boyd,
tuned.
the Jonathan Lipnicki,
Oh,
100%
Haley
Haley
Joel
Joel
Osment.
Osment.
Yep. Today.
Yeah, today.
Yeah.
Today. And they all just treat him like,
Did you know the human head weighs 8 pounds?
did you know, like, just, no.
Yeah.
You got me on that one.
Yeah.
40-year-old man.
Yeah.
There's he's got an arm.
Yeah.
They
I'm just
pat him on his
saying.
head.
Yeah.
He's taller than Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh, that we have fun here.
You just cussed.
All right.
I won't tell on you.
That kid was adorable.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that wraps it up this week for this week's episode.
Yep.
I have to pee. Just
Me
letting
too.
you know. So, well, let's see here. Plugs. You have any plugs, Bryce? You got some new shit in the
Jody
works.
C. Buddy in the Worlds is now streaming everywhere. Or the new EP is. Don't know when there's going to be another one, so go stream that while you can. Or I mean, you should be able to forever, but stream that. It's called the CBD EP. It's out on iTunes and Spotify and everywhere, basically everywhere. Amazon, Google Play, everything.
And is that it?
Yes.
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Let us know what you think about the reboot recast. I think we have a pretty good one here, but I feel like we're missing it. I feel like there's something that is the missing piece that we just did not hit on. So let us know what you think. And if you haven't already, check us out on YouTube at the Movie Gap. How do you just search the Movie Gap?
Yeah.
We're there.
Oh yeah, stream. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then everywhere you get pods, of course.
Yeah, everywhere else that you get podcasts. Tell your friends about us, and you can also comment on our YouTube videos to give us your reboot recast or anything else that you want to talk about.
Yep.
If you're looking, it's right down there.
Yeah, down there, and
Oh.
then see our videos over here, and then be sure to subscribe right here.
Yeah. So that about brings it to
Hit
the
the
end, and
subscribe
all we have to
button.
say is no.
Nom in space.